Yay!
Oh, this is, I hope we get a thumbnail with the red cup in it, the solo cups.
Oh, dude, you're gonna content restrict this. We're gonna get our ads removed, and we're gonna go broke, bro. We're gonna have to stream on Rumble.
I have no idea how the ad thing works. I don't know about you, but I pay for my YouTube. I'm kind of
No, I use ad blocker. I don't really deal with ads. You know, the main thing about YouTube Red that I really enjoy and I wish I could take advantage of is when you can lock your phone and still watch videos.
that's the best part of it.
Yeah, but I think there might be like a widget to get around that. I don't know.
Well, and also
I don't
like it
know.
because sometimes I like live versions of a certain song, or like if I want to listen to just a tiny desk, um, like I could download the tiny desk and just say, "Bo, listen to it like I'm listening to music or whatever."
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can just playlist it and yeah, honestly, worth the subscription. And when we get a membership button, click our membership button, be a member on our channel, and you'll get it exclusive perks like a thank you from us in private inbox and more coming soon. Yeah. Well, welcome all to our what installment is this, bro? What are we at?
I have no
What are
idea
we
what
at?
episode this is.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a couple years now, you know.
We've been doing this part time job.
And we got a three album special for you guys this time.
Threesome.
Summer threesome. There's a special time right around when the weather starts to get warmer and it's a little brighter outside and the sun goes down later in the day, where a lot of music starts to drop because people want to have music out for the summer. And that's a pretty normal thing if you're an aspiring artist or a seasoned one. Summer music is always a big thing. People want to listen to stuff while they're at the beach, while they're cruising on their boards, while they're boogieing. And so for in terms of sheer volume, we've had a lot drop just in like this last month, 2 months.
Yeah, people drive more and just that's how it be. That's how it be. So we're going to what are we doing first? We're doing
We got three records lined up for
we
y'all,
got
and
three. The first one we're doing mach-hommy.
yeah, yeah, we're doing rich ass Haitian mach-hommy, uh, artists from Haiti. Pray for Haiti, everybody. Shit's not looking good over there. You know, mach-hommy, a lot of uh long time collaborators on this project. A lot of people me and MJ admire personally in terms of lyricism and artistry. In terms of production as well, you have everything from Kate Trinata to Conductor Williams. Sad Hugo is actually on here quite a bit as well for most of the tracks, and Rock Marciano, to Big Chico, Norman Connors,
There's a
the
Black Dot feature,
Black Thought.
Quelquis.
The title track is a hook, features a hook from Greedo. So very, very, very stacked discog for me. Sorry, lineup for me on this album. I don't know how long uh, mach-hommy spent putting this record together, but it seems like um, almost to the degree of like a West Side Gun, project, like the tightness and collaboration, like how many
Well,
phone calls were
it
made,
feels super dense.
Yeah, yeah, super
It's like
dense.
a dense project, and it's kind of long tracks, but 17 tracks. But with all the features and everything and all the samples, it just feels super dense
Yeah, if
and
you're
colorful.
familiar with mach-hommy, then you're getting a lot more mach-hommy, and it's to the highest degree. This is my favorite mach-hommy record to date. How do
For
you
sure,
feel
yeah.
about it?
It's definitely one of my favorite. I think it's definitely his best. Yeah, and I think it's just like I feel like it's one of those albums that it's just gonna be able to stand the test of time and just you keep listening to it, and it feels like you're always listening. Like if we're gonna go audibly, like beat wise, it feels like you're always hearing something new come out of it, and then just you keep because he doesn't have his lyrics out anymore. You could just keep going through his lyrics and listening back and trying to like figure it together. That's what I've been doing. You can really chew on this album.
Yeah, yeah, super dense. mach-hommy, along with his contemporaries here like Black Thought. Uh, Maybe perhaps also Greedo is very melodic. Greedo has bars. Rock Marciano is very prolific and very well respected for his lyricism. Uh, and me for me, what was really exciting was the production on this whole thing because it is very cohesive, even though there's multiple producers on it. Mainly, like it looks like Souda Gold and Conductor Williams for most of the tracks, but there are key tracks like there's one with or the title track with K Tronada and Greedo.
Summer
That's the
banger.
yeah, that's the summer
Summer banger.
song for me
Yeah.
off of this album. But you also have very like slow introspective cuts, and mach-hommy can rap on anything, and his artistry, it never skips a beat. He's on pace with just about anything, whatever these producers might throw at him, especially like with the title track when he's rapping in Haitian, and he has that the groove that syncopates with the flute melody. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. And I never skip the intro to this album, and I never will for that
Yeah.
reason. You know, which I can't say even for some of my favorite records. Sometimes I'm like, the intro's a little winded. I
Yeah.
wanna get to the sauce. But favorite track off of Rich Haitian for you, Rich Ass Haitian.
I feel like I feel like just the K Tronada and the O3 Agrita song. I feel like because it's just like the generic pick, but it's just a track that, especially just like because it's summer and I have been going out and I've been going doing stuff. It's just like good vibes. I've just been putting that one on a lot. Like before I'm going to work, like before I'm going to play basketball. When I'm playing basketball, put that track on. So, everyone's bumping to that one.
Yeah, it's a summer song for me. It's gonna be on repeat. I don't do playlists, but
Yeah,
I do
no.
cue songs like and this is probably the song that's gonna be queued regularly for me.
But I think Empty Spaces. I think I just spoke of the track, and I like the old Droog feature. Like it's probably one of my favorite features. It's kind of weird and kind of it's kind of just gruesome and I don't know, very visual. And he talks about like being a dog and I don't know, being raped as a dog. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But
Yeah, was I'm actually not hugely familiar with Euro Droog's discography, but I know he's in that space with like a Black Thought and Mad Call Me. And after that song, I for sure now he's on my list. He's on my watch list.
yeah, it was just like when he was
Like
when he was
yeah.
spitting, and I was just like, oh man, like I don't know. I had to like go back and listen to it again and again, and I was like, dude, I don't know. I still don't know what he's talking about, but
Yeah, you have another listen, bro.
well, I feel
Uh
like this album's so dense where like one listen it doesn't do it justice, bro, because like the way the samples work with everything cohesively and like the political meaning behind some of these tracks. Like I like the song Political a lot, like the third track on the album.
yeah, I listen. That's probably my second favorite track on that. Second or third favorite track on that album.
And then I like the last song Holy too. But yeah, what about you? What's your favorite track?
Number one, just for that bridge or chorus, you call it whatever you want. The melody on uh let me see the exact name. The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
Somewhere over the rainbow. You know,
Yeah,
it's a little
it's
cover.
catchy.
I love it. And that's the song I always cue first when I open this album. I play that song, and then I like cue Political, and then I cue Rich Ass Haitian, and then I let it play from the beginning. And then and then I'll go from there. But yeah, great summer album.
Great
What is
album.
this, like 40, 47 minutes, I think?
Yeah, 17 tracks, 47 minutes, 47 minutes. But
you know if you're the Griselda camp at all, if you're just if you just have an appreciation for like artists that are very lyrical like Rock Marciano, if you're familiar with Gerald Droog, a
yeah,
Black Thought fan like me, or even if you just like the production from a conductor Williams is
yeah,
massive right now. It's like his time to shine,
yeah. He did really great
uh
on this album too. I mean, all these beats are hella fire. So
yeah, do yourself a favor and at least please listen to the title track, the Rich Ass Haitian. You're gonna miss out on a great summer song if you don't.
yeah,
Yeah, mach-hommy. I expected no less, honestly. Like I don't think
no,
mach-hommy will ever come out with a bad record or something. So especially for this seems like a massive effort and presentation on his part, and it shows. Like he's just so well versed, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Shout out.
Shout
All
out.
right, let's go to number two. What do we want to do? What do you want to do next to the second album?
So I have lined up. Um, I have Billie Eilish lined up for the second one because,
Okay.
and I'm just saying right now, the third one is from an artist called Iglooghost, the title Memory EXO, you know. But I feel like I have a lot to say about that one, so I kind of want to save it for last, you
I feel
know.
you.
And I feel like it's the one that maybe most people will be like unfamiliar with, you know. So I
Yeah, for
thought
sure.
Igloo Ghost, like, I don't
All right,
know.
then let's do Billy then. Hit me
I
hard and
Billy
soft.
Billy. You probably heard of Billy
I
Billy.
feel like you said that to people before. You're like, hit me hard and hit me soft. I don't know.
What do you mean? When have I ever said that? What are you talking about?
What do we got? All right, so we got Billy, bro. This is the third installment of the Billy catalog, right? Like full time album.
Third record by Billie Eilish.
And what a run! I think a run that we're gonna view as like people don't have a run like three albums like this good, bro. Like I mean, do I think this is her best album? No, but I do think like releasing like a great album and a solid album is just a it's just like achievement within itself. You know what I'm saying? Who could say they have three very well put great albums together? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, her and she entered the music scene huge because she had that I don't know if it went number one, but Bad Guy, you know, that record was super catchy. I love Bad Guy. People got annoyed of it, but I always thought it was great. I thought in terms of like catchy pop music, it was like it had a lot of charm and it was really unique, you know. And then she showed her chops. She's as like a top tier singer. You know, I love Billie vocals. I love her melodies. I love how she thinks about music. I love her composition. And yeah, I agree with you in saying that this album perhaps isn't like the like biggest, most introspective effort that she's done, but she has not sacrificed quality in that sake, you know,
yeah,
like these songs are still introspective, you know. For me, they're just a little catchier, they're a little more house, they're a little more vibey. It's a summer album, you know, it's but even so, it still has these like very melancholy tones and
yeah,
you know
especially right
it,
out the bat with the first song.
it's yeah, and it's summer in a terms of like instead of the aspect of sun and warmth and heat, it's like the aspect of like the water contrasting the heat in the summer, you know,
Oh, I
or
like that.
you know, and it's still summer, but it's like the other part of it. And I love the tones. I love the blue tones and all of this. It's to me it's very cohesive, you know, it mends very well.
Yeah.
I like her track list. I like that lunch is so poppy and it's so catchy, bro.
Yeah.
I listen to lunch like four times a day. I'll admit it. I love I just eat that girl for lunch,
Yeah, I
you
feel you.
know. That's just bomb, bro. But I think I feel like I'm starting to gush a little bit, bro. What are your feelings on the album?
Well, I think the first thing I want to give that it's only 10 tracks. Like thank you. Like thank you
Mhm.
for having a nice 10-track
Thank
album
you.
so that 44 minutes like it just feels it's just like easy to digest. And yeah, I just think it's her trying to be a little bit more catchy, a little bit more dancier, definitely some of the tracks. I feel like because we're gonna talk about the Igloo Ghost album, spoiler alert, like I feel it's an electronic album, and this incorporates electronics into it. I feel like a lot more.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, starting off with Skinny, Lunch. My favorite song is what is it, Chihiro?
Yeah, Chihiro, it was like the housey track,
Yeah,
like the
that's my favorite
very,
track.
very yeah.
Um, I'm just not. I'm the only problem I have is like some tracks to me feel like generic. Like I really don't like Birds of a Feather.
I love Birds of a Feather.
Like
But you know, it to me, Birds of a Feather, it has like the composition of like, yes, the Taylor Swift song, sure. But to me, it's like how I would want a Taylor Swift song to be written. You know,
there you
it
go.
just feels a little classier, like a little more graceful, like it has like a little less attitude because it doesn't have to, it's not trying to have attitude, you know.
Yeah,
But I feel like Taylor Swift, she's always like at least a little quirky in everything she does, you know, like even her more serious cut, she's gonna have like some sassy line about I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
I digress, but Birds of a Feather, I really enjoy. I think it's really well put together.
Awesome
Uh,
album.
I think she had a lot to say with Skinny, and to me, it was really fascinating. Or not
Ozempic,
fast.
bro.
It really struck a chord with me that she put this as the first track on her record. I was like, this is such
Well, opening statement,
a
right?
yeah, it's such a narrative opening statement, and it is kind of like tongue in cheek that the next song is called Lunch, but it's about eating pussy, you know, but and then Chihiro, I couldn't really listen to. I've listened to it a few times, but the meaning kind of eludes me. I feel like it's not really meant to have too much meaning. I think it's just sort of meant to be a house
Yeah,
track,
yeah. I feel like yeah, it's just vibes.
and and then
The greatest is probably my favorite track, bro.
the greatest. I love the
I
build
love
up
the
on it.
guitar. Yeah, just well produced album. Phineas, her brother, definitely they've. I know they're definitely actually in there together and mixing it, and so I think it's just a well good produced album.
Dynamic duo, bro. They have a lot of synergy, and
Yeah,
when you're in the lab with the producer, that kind of like bounces back at you, and you have a lot of chemistry with. It. Especially like that's her brother, bro. Like who better,
yeah,
Uh, and these songs are all beautiful. My favorite, just to wrap up, the listen to all of them. I am, we could probably go on about the remaining six tracks, but we don't want to talk about every single track individually. So I'm gonna just wrap up with my favorite track, L'amour de ma vie, de ma vie. I don't know French, but I love how that track in the middle it kind of like Phineas he kind of spins it, slows down the tempo, and it turns into like this like 80s like house track,
yeah,
and it's still cohesive in terms of theme because I think it's supposed to represent the like weight lifted from your shoulders that like fuck it's finally over like
yeah.
the whole track she's talking about how this guy was like begging her to stay, that he was cursing her because he ruined love for her, and then like immediately this fool found like somebody else, so it's very ironic, and she wants an apology. She's like, oh shit, like you fucking asshole, you're making me feel terrible, and you already found someone, you're telling me you're never gonna find someone else, like so it just has like a lot of depth, and it makes you think like this has to have happened to her, unless she has a very good narrative pen as well. If these are like stories she's making
It's
up,
definitely probably
you
a little
know,
bit of both.
yeah, for sure, little bit of dramatic flair, but to me, it's just so unimaginable, like this specific
Oh
scenario,
yeah, yeah,
you know. So I'm like, this feels very personable, but also like maybe she read a book or watched a drama where this should happen. I don't know, but I love the story. It's very captivating, and it's
yeah,
put to pen so well, and the song is beautiful,
yeah. It's to me. I describe this album if you're looking for an emotional summer kind of breakup, up and down roller coaster movie vibes
Yeah,
type album. This is the album.
yeah,
This is
and
the album for it. So
also like Billie Eilish, I just feel like as an artist, everybody should anticipate records from. She's just such a high caliber
yeah,
music. I don't feel like Billie Eilish. She might drop a subpar in terms of relativity to her other projects, but
but
she'll never
it's
drop a bad record.
yeah,
So unless you really don't like her voice or her
yeah,
brother's
yeah.
production for whatever reason, please check out
Yeah,
the
if you
new
just
Billie
hate
Eilish
girls, if you hate women, then yeah,
yeah,
you
for
can't.
real.
Then you probably won't like the album.
Oh man, but yeah, like l'amour de mi vie, de ma vie.
Hit me hard and soft.
Yeah, that's soft. Yeah,
Which I think I'd rather have her have hit me hard and hit me soft. Or is that
I
too
don't
long? I don't know.
hit me hard and hit me soft. I would prefer hit me hard and perhaps softly as well.
Nah, that's too.
Hit me hard and perhaps in tandem softly.
Hit me hard and hit me softer. Uh,
Hit me softer hardly.
ooh.
Igloo Ghost.
Igloo Ghost, the fucking. Before
Woo.
we kick this off, we could have done another electronic album. I feel like, for this episode because I feel like there's just a lot going on right now, and
I'm
I'm
enjoying the
just
gradients of this review.
I, yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
just saying electronic as a obviously is a big ass umbrella. This is so many subgenres and of electronic music. But yeah, Igloo Ghost, best album cover of the year.
Yeah, it is. I, I had a lot to say about the album cover.
Yeah, so
It's
it's the best
awesome.
album cover in terms of the way it looks and in
I
terms of
was,
how the music sounds. To me, this is how the music sounds, bro. The music to me sounds like
isn't it perfect?
as al-
It's a perfect album cover.
it sounds wet, it sounds industrial, it sounds
Okay,
like all the
so
album cover stuff.
I want to read the YouTube description because I feel like it's describing every he put
Yeah, he
to
puts and thought
words.
and all the songs on YouTube have a description of what he was thinking about. So
There you go.
make sure you check that out because it's crazy.
But he has a quick synopsis of the album itself. I'm gonna read it. He wrote it himself. Signed IGXOXO. Title Memory XO is an album I made while living in a rust-ridden, flooded squat in a weird UK seaside town. What a description, right?
I know, right?
And like immediately, like the you can kind of like you're kind of starting to get the picture with the record cover. You know, he's like waist deep in this murky ass, salty ass water. The area has been in an endless storm, causing strange, otherworldly primordial garbage to be washed to shore. It's basically only populated by rogue, junk hoarding scrap weirdos right now. I've been trying to get involved in the music scene that's bubbling up locally. There's lots of weird new mutated genres and illegal radio stations popping up, completely isolated from the rest of the country because of the massive storm. That part struck me weird. Like you're just like in a bubble. Like the storm is so like
Well,
you
it's
know.
like how real is this world that we're talking about, or
Yeah, maybe he just has a bit of dramatic flair to it,
you know what I'm saying? No, I
but
feel like
also
he might be world creating too.
yeah, that's also the what it invokes too. They really don't like me, but I sort of wore my way in and finally got this album together. Tunes about oceanic scum, illegal teletext transmissions, and the prehistoric uh, what is that Trilo, trilobite. Excuse me. Uh, Angels lurking in the sewers. There you go. And yeah, what do we got? 13 tracks. And this album is a ride. So I you go first because I think you're actually the one that introduced me to this album.
But yeah, Eagle Ghost is an artist that I've known a couple of his stuff before. Um, but yeah, what we got? We got 13 tracks, bro, and I just love what I love more about this Igloo Ghost album is that it's like super melodic. You know what I'm saying? I love how he's kind of singing, kind of rapping, kind of like poemy. And just as a music producer, I'm having a new project coming out and stuff. Um, and I feel like this album just has inspired me to like push push sound. I don't know, like make new rhythms, push sound, move more in that glitch, move more in that industrial. I don't know, but
That
that's
that's
what I
something I
appreciate the
gotta
most about this album is just the production
yeah.
because it is all about the production. Like his lyrics are there, and but I feel like his lyrics are like not the main thing. It's
It
obviously
kind
the
of just serve a
production.
purpose, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know the jump sounds, the noises. They're noises I don't know where they come from, but what they are
You need one of these the on the album cover to
overstimulates me. I gotta turn it off halfway through the album. I like it. So
yeah, so I'm an amateur in the warehouse race. I don't even think I'm not even in the rave scene. I don't even like raving, right? But I've been to like one festival and I've actually gone to an underground LA warehouse show with some of my buddies. They invited me and I indulged them.
yeah, you gotta try it
Uh,
out.
I wanted to try it out and I was actually really surprised by the by the vigor in there, like the amount of dancing and just the atmosphere. There's people just like it's damp in there. The AC is blasting and it's still damp. Like just
For
sweat
sure.
fest. Everyone's nobody has their clothes on. You see people rolling on Molly on some Wednesday night, like 3 in the morning. Some back street in LA, like a warehouse. They're selling drinks in the front for like $5.
Yeah, just yeah,
you
party,
know,
big ass party.
it's an atmosphere and it's very cybernetic. I don't know, like, and then people there, it's a bit of a community as well. Like, there's a certain je ne sais quoi. Like you don't really feel that house parties or like rap events or like rock shows. You know, these are very much like a community of people with their own mannerisms and terms. And this really is like an exploration for me of like I thought about this guy like as somebody that goes in to study these people like a nomad, you know, like entering their space and being like, you know, what is this music, and kind of standing behind the board and studying these sounds and these rhythms, and
a journalist.
a journalist of sorts, right? But like more like, or maybe like early, like, you know, you're a chef and you go to another country and you study there. You maybe you work with people in Japan, you learn how to make sushi, you know.
Yeah, just you're observing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I feel about this album. I feel like he observed it and he incorporated it and meshed it with other already pre-existing albums and ideals that he had, and you get a lot out of it. It really seems that like his study, it came to fruition. I'm getting the thing that stands out to me the most was definitely not the lyricism, but like the speaking, as you were saying, and the singing. Like for me to see a producer use their own voice as an instrument like that, well, fuck, like we should. He's paying attention to T-Pain, bro. More people should be as well. You know, like this is phenomenal. I love seeing this, like using everything you can, especially your own voice. Why wouldn't you use your own voice?
Yeah.
You know, and like, yeah, a lot of people want to have the music speak for itself and not have the rhythm, but Igloo Ghost has created an entire portrait here of a piece of music. The songs transition seamlessly into each other. You're very much getting a narrative. This is an experience. The tide comes up and the waves crash, and it's very intense. And then the tides recede, and you get some lulls in the middle. Like, you know, you can put on this entire album. This is sort of like a movie.
No,
You know,
definitely for sure.
beautiful, beautiful.
It's beautiful, beautiful, and like even though
Beautiful.
it's 13, it's like 13 tracks. It's not that long. You know what I'm saying?
42
Uh,
minutes.
yeah, 42 minutes,
Not terribly long. No.
and I just feel like it's so detailed. It's like the mach-hommy album is so detailed in a way of sampling, and there's so much samples going on. But this one is just there's so much sounds and textures that like you actually do hear something new every time you listen to it. Like at least I do, and yeah, and
It's such a breath of fresh air. And
so
that's
much
coming
detail in it.
exactly that. It feels like, you know, he goes out to the warehouses to like listen and study and party and, you know, really get immersed in the culture. And then he comes home, he sits down and he like paints down kind of what he learned. You know, he has this routine where he does this every night. And this was the result, was this entire piece we have here, you know. And you don't get a second that's not glistened in something. There's no like passive lulls or repetitions
No,
in ideals, like,
and it's kind of
you
dreamy,
know, it's pretty dreamy just because of how
dreamy
intricate it
almost.
is. It's so
Yeah.
the amount of detail makes it immersive for me,
You
you
got a
know.
favorite track?
Yes. And what was it, do signal? It was like dot dot
No.
dash. That shit was sad. And I love that it's right at the end, and at the very ending chunk it does close with a bang, but then it just washes away quickly, and it's like
Yeah,
that's it, like it's done, that was it, you know. Medusa Signal, for sure my standout track.
I think.
And but oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say mine was gonna be Flux Cocoon.
Flux Supreme was sick. And then Nematode was also a
Yeah,
huge
Nematode is
energetic track.
fire. I was playing Nematode with my roommates when I was driving, and they like that track a lot.
There you go. I have oh, like those friends that invited me to that warehouse party. I actually sent them this album. I was like, hey, like this seems like it's your kind of gig, you know, if I like this.
Yeah, I
But
think that's the problem sometimes where I'm at like a local bar or like a bar, local slash club kind of vibe, and like I don't know, I just feel like the electronic. I wish the electronic music that they're playing was just as detailed as this. Um, and
yeah,
so I feel like if you're someone who thinks like electronic music is just like all the same and it's boring, I say listen to this album. I feel like it would give you a different perspective on how artistic, how creative, and how detailed it actually can be than just sometimes the simple things you hear once in a while at like a
oh
club or
yeah,
whatever.
I see where you're coming from, like in terms of the bar thing. But honestly, if I'm at the bar, like they don't really need to be playing anything too like fancy, like But in terms of like electric music, like if you have a very like stale or low opinion of it, like there's innovations and trailblazing in every form of music at all times. So if you have a nice ear to the ground, and you don't even need to, because this album is getting a lot of traction. It's getting a lot of popularity um, as we speak. Uh, if you just look around a little bit, you'll find
Yeah.
inspiration, like new music and people that are doing things that sound fresh. And if you ever do feel bored, it does take a little bit of effort, sure, but hey, like subscribe to Modern Girl Media. You know,
Spin the album a couple times.
that's about all the effort you need to put in. We'll take it from there.
Dude, 2024, what a year. And May, I feel like May, it's like April and May. We're in June now. April and May, they just had great albums this year, dude. There was just a bunch of albums we could have picked for sure.
Yeah.
And I just think these three, the mach-hommy, the Billie, the iglooghost, just like we wanted to bring everyone just like a broad range of things you could pick. And so I feel like there's so much things that went on these
Yeah.
months. So
Rap, pop, EDM,
yeah,
lots more to come. Let's all have our fingers crossed for the Kendrick album
no
dropping this
Kendrick
year.
album.
No Kendrick album.
You have another album that you want to recommend before we go? We got about like 4 minutes.
I won't, because I want to save it for the halfway
Uh,
through the year list. We're gonna be coming up with on our next installment.
yeah,
Be on the lookout for that. We're
Whoa.
gonna comp- have a compilation of a bunch of projects halfway through the year that have really stuck with us and or we think are worthy of sharing with you guys.
Yeah.
MJ's idea. Good job, MJ.
Well, I mean, it's just a general idea together.
Earning that 50% share in the company. You know what
There you
I'm
go.
saying?
Hey, but we up right now. Thank you guys for looking at the last interview. We're gonna have some more. As more
Yeah.
music comes out, more I feel like reviews will come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna put we got a little kick in the butt. Sun's out. We got more vitamin D in us, more energy to make content for y'all. And
For sure.
new camera. I don't know if y'all noticed. I got a new camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fix up the setup a little bit,
I'll
make it a
have the
little
4K.
smoother.
I'll have the 4K soon. Trust.
Yeah, look, MJ bought a whole house with all the views we've been getting.
I know. I bought this whole house.
Oh shit! I'm still in this room. I'm the intern.
I get all the deals.
All right. Mad love, guys.
All
Modern
right.
Girl Records.
Modern girl. On God. Oh.